Are you working your dream job? Well, neither were we. That's why we travel the world to find the individuals who are. This is who we found. These are their stories. These are your shortcuts.
A little birdie with a yellow bill hopped upon my windowsill. He said, get up, you sleepy head.
Typical day in the life. I mean, obviously I can see, you're always running around.
Yeah.
It's always on the phone with recruits or, whatever else. But, there's 3 different parts of the season. The off season, mid-season, and post-season. So, can you kind of tell our viewers
like
kind of
a day
what
in
you
life
do on a daily basis?
So I think a typical day would be you come into the office, you have a list of phone calls and people you want to touch that day because you're always recruiting. Then you have meetings, you have some staff meetings every couple days. It's really important because I think as a woman and as a leader, you have to empower other women. I think a lot of women are afraid. Just like I was afraid of taking this job, and I had really strong, powerful women in my life that told me, are you crazy? Go do it.
And you're doing all this, while also raising a 2-year-old.
Yeah,
right?
so
Mateo.
Yeah.
So obviously, he's on trips with us, and he's always a great person, funny guy to have around.
He's always doing something.
Yeah, he's doing something. Kind of tell our viewers, what's that like? Raising a kid and also being
It's
the
hard.
head coach of the women's basketball program, all in the same couple of years.
It's very hard. Do you let your job dictate your life? I don't want to say in 15 years, I wish I would have had another child. So those are things, but all the women struggle with it. And men, it's a lot easier.
You're doing all these things, but at the end of the day, you're managing, a whole program.
Yeah.
What type of leadership values, would you say you have to have in order to possess a position like this?
You have to be, I think you have to have a good pulse on things, and managing people is the hardest thing because not everyone's ever happy. You have to treat people differently and learn how people are motivated because at the end of the day you want people that want to work for you and they're going to work well for you.
All right, Coach, you can't kind of walk our viewers through a timeline of your career.
Okay, so obviously started playing when I was little. My dad was a pro football player, so obviously athletes in the family at 12 years pro. So I lived across the street from a rec center. So back in the days, we didn't have little girls' leagues. So I played with an all-boys league in 5th grade. Then they had all boys, they didn't have a girls' league. So I joined with them, they let me play. So I was the only girl in the league. Played and used to kick their butts because girls grow faster. Right. So I was taller and better because guys, they were shorter. So came to college, had success. The WNBA was formed my junior year. Got drafted to the WNBA. And so barely ever played in Minnesota, didn't really fit. Then got traded to Phoenix, got cut. I was done with the WNBA. I was I'm tired of being cut. Okay, you fall on your face once, I'm tired of falling on my face. When I was done, I was gonna walk in the TV. Pac-12 was going to have a network. So I just had TV on my resume, I had radio, and then this job came open. Was it the right time? No, but I don't think it's ever the right time. It's never the right time to have a kid, it's never the right time to make a move, it's never the right time. So I just said, let's do it.
We got 15 players on the court right now who have aspirations, who have dreams. What advice do you give to them about following their dreams and careers?
Well, the first thing is I think hindsight's always 20/20. So when you're in school, you always think you work hard, and they don't work hard. When I got this job, my son was 8 months old, so that was one of the decisions. Yeah. Did I want this job with an 8-month-old? And I knew that would be hard, but I still decided to do it. You have to have a good support unit. My husband's great, and he's also on staff here. I've coached one kid that had that tireless work ethic that was going to make her great, and that's Kelsey Plum at Washington. I think that this generation, the kids talk about wanting to be good, and they talk about how much they love the game, and they don't really. But I didn't when I was that age.
Right.
So I wish, knowing what I know now, I would have worked 2,000 times harder in college. The problem is people talk about wanting to be great, and they don't have the work ethic and the mentality to be great. And so I try to instill in them what it takes.
A lot of coaches thought you were a little undersized in high school.
I was.
Kind of tell our audience, what's it like having a little chip on your shoulder and working a little hard up?
Well, so I was under-recruited at high school. I was someone that they said could not play in the Pac-12. I was undersized, but I was athletic and I was quick and I beat people down the floor. So pick something and be great at it. If whatever you're determined and whatever you're passionate about, you'll be great at and you'll love to do it. This doesn't feel like a job to me. I love it. I love mentoring. It's a passion, so it's easy to do and you're gonna do it with your heart. I'm not afraid to fail. I think if I do my absolute best and I put my heart into something and I don't achieve it, it wasn't meant to be, and usually something else better happens. But
Lastly, just want to ask you, how's the jumper looking?
awful.
Awful?
Awful. Awful. You don't want to see that for a while, but I will get it back. Hold on, just give me a couple years.